Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. A beautiful Friday afternoon, and we're looking at what might not be such a beautiful year ahead. Yes, we're carrying on with that look ahead for the main players in the royal family, and it's Harry's turn today. And because it's Harry's turn, we have the Lunar Soul Tarot. Ooh, crash bang. It's one of those magnetic closing devices, and it's the Lunar Soul Tarot. For Harry, it's a bit woke, it's a bit inclined to maybe go off somewhere warm like Africa. We're going to have a look and see 12 cards. The tarot being mixed with astrology, with the 12 houses of the zodiac. And that's how we read this, and that's how we roll. And then the underlying energy of this spread will be a signifier for him in his year ahead. So that's what we're doing today. Today our focus, let me just tell you, is on the problem children, the problem sons of the royal family. So yes, there's the Hermit. He's come flying out of the tarot deck. We're going to put him back in, shuffle him back in. And the other one, of course, the one whose name is in the news all over the place. We're going to have a look at that tawdry story, if I have the stomach for it, after we've done this one. So that's the theme of the day. I'm almost done. Let's remind you, it's tarot, it's for fun and entertainment, or my opinion, or speculation. One more shuffle. I read energy here, archetypal energy, and there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. And let us see what the Lunar Soul Tarot have to tell us about Harry's year ahead, and how good it's going to be, how the relationship with William is going to be, relationship with Meghan is going to be, with the public is going to be, with the children, day-to-day routine, how's that going to go, and any change coming up for him, litigation, his career, it can be called a career, pet projects, and hidden stuff, shadow stuff, rage and resentment are the key words that came to me when I was thinking about it. His underlying energy, which is his theme for the year for me, is the Two of Wands in reverse. That is partnerships unraveling, plans unraveling, deals that could be unraveling. So for instance, being chimpo might no longer be. Let's take the rest of the cards out of the way, and let's scooch these cards all out bigger while I talk to you. It could be that he's no longer going to be chimpo, for instance, or no longer going to be a Hollywood producer. That kind of energy. So plans unraveling, deals also that may not be. So for instance, Penguin Random House might say, well, we thought you had another book in you. You're trying to write a crime novel, but really we just wanted more gossip about the royal family. So that's it, you're done. Two of Wands in reverse, not that encouraging, and that card, that energy sits under everything else. So let's see his public profile for the has-been. Ooh, there's the Hermit again, popped up. Isn't that interesting? That is literally the Harry card. He is going to go on retreat with that Hermit card, and it's long overdue. I don't think he's going to be popping up at any more Katy Perry concerts or Beyonce concerts or whoever. He is going on retreat. He's going to be absent, missing, quiet, seeking within for answers. I would say with that card, with the Hermit, he's going to be on his own. It's going to be perceived by the public that he's on his own. Very interesting. So they're going to see through the facade that Meghan might be tempted to put on, according to the reading I did yesterday, her year ahead of pretending that everything's lovely in the marriage. That's not a lovely in the marriage card. That's Harry's on his own. He's isolated. He's cast out. He's not a member of the royal family. He may not be perceived as being in a working, a healthy, functional relationship. Can also mean that he might take himself off on quests, on vision quests, on long periods of contemplation. Africa again springs to mind. So that's very, very interesting as his public face that he's going to be putting on is, in fact, his face is away from the crowd, going within, retreating, hiding even, lonely, reflective energy for the year ahead. How about his money? Second house, money, money, money. A plaster on my finger, sorry, so a bit difficult. Ka-ching. It's a bit of an Oprah interview there, isn't it? But it looks as if he's going to hit pay dirt at some level, somehow. Something very positive is going to be happening for him financially. I'm surprised it's the mother. A lot of people say that when he turns 40, he's due a shed load of money from some or other trust. There is always speculation about that, whether it's from Diana or from the late Queen Mother, somebody, but that's in the second house, mother energy, empress energy. Either he's going to get a huge big inheritance from someone, or he is going to sit down for an interview with an Oprah type figure and spill his guts to somebody and get huge amounts of money. But it's a very powerful female figure. If it's a living female figure, it looks just like Oprah. I don't mean any disrespect there, but there is this woman of colour who's sitting on a chair. They're very abundant. She has that energy, unless you take against her, as people have in recent years. But she does have that energy of being quite kind of nurturing and, tell me all your troubles. Jump on the couch if you want to. So that's interesting. So it doesn't look bad for him. Very interesting. And this is not money that you earn with the Empress card. It's coming from something. It's coming from something creative, or just like a wellspring of abundance. I don't see him working for this money in any particular way. Unless it's going to Africa and recording a docuseries, and it does remarkably well with that Empress card and that sort of travel aspect behind. How about siblings? William, 10 of Wands. Yeah, this is not good. This is Harry might actually realize that his relationship with his brother has been pushed to the brink and beyond even the brink. It's over. The 10 of Wands is a very final card, very lonely card, exhausted, depleted energy. He might, as I say, he might just realize that there's a long way back from this. And 10 again, reading recently I got the 10 of coins. That's how long it's going to take for that relationship to thaw, if at all. Another 10 here. He's got a long journey ahead of him without the support of that brother. He's really messed up. There's no way of avoiding that knowledge, and he knows it with that 10 of Wands. He absolutely knows it. There he is, balding, greying, exhausted, chastened. And how about the home front, life on at home, mudslide mansion, wherever home is, who knows where home is. We've got the Hanged One, which is the Hanged Man, traditionally, dare we say. Limbo. He may not have an actual home. He might be couch surfing with that kind of card, that he really doesn't have anywhere to call his own. He might just be feeling really quite stuck in his life and wanting to move on, wanting to do something but not able to. Possibly because of having to keep up appearances, and it's an uncomfortable card, uncomfortable energy, feeling punished, feeling powerless, helpless. But while you're dangling there, you're getting some new ideas about things, new perspectives. So we have 2 cards already that are telling us that Harry is in for a year of reflection and perhaps some home truths, also with that 10 of Wands. And Megan had similar energy, that it was a year of contemplation for her. She might even have some awakening in that journey of hers. But for Harry, certainly, he's going to have plenty of time to think, and it's not going to be comfortable thoughts that he's having with that Hanged One. He might be prevented even from going home There are two homes, of course. There's the royal family, and we know he's shut out of that. And there was, of course, the marital family, and he could well be excluded from that. I have seen that kind of energy, that Harry isn't allowed to go home. That's my speculation, the energy that I am picking up. So he really is being punished for something. We can speculate what, you can fill in the blanks. How about children? What's going to be going on with children, relationship with children? Four of Swords, not a good energy either. That is a quiet and away time again. Maybe not able to have contact with those children with the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is retiring, retreating, reflecting, being defeated, your reputation being ruined. There's something going on here with Harry. So many cards of reflection, so many cards of being alone, being cast out, well, not cast out, but being forced by circumstances to think deeply about wrongdoing. 10 of Wands, 4 of Swords, Hanged One. And that's not comfortable energy. Those skateboards are hung up. They're not being used in this card. And it doesn't look like he is going to have much to do with his children at all in this coming year. Very strange. Again, we can speculate why that might be. 6th house, health, day-to-day activities, what's going to be going on there. And we have, the Death card. A big change for him and how he's spending his time. It could even be something like rehab, and I have to say that because the Hermit, the 10 of Wands, the Hanged One, the 4 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands are telling me that there is something going on, and he may actually have to face up to his demons. And a lot of people speculate he has very serious substance problems. He has acknowledged that he uses extensively all kinds of substances. He doesn't seem to feel that it was a problem. He seemed to think it was the solution. But somewhere along the line, and it could be to do with children, and I have to say, in my opinion, speculating for legal reasons, that there might be some kind of change of heart that comes with this. Death card is a massive transformation. It's an ending of something, a letting go of something. But his whole lifestyle is going to change with that card. And I saw that with the 2 of Wands in reverse. His day-to-day life, where he spends his time, how he spends his time, the continent that he's on, the company that he keeps, all of it is going to change. And it's not easy change when the Death card steps in. The Death card, of course, is Scorpio energy. So Charles even could intervene and say, you need to get out of where you are, and I'm going to pay for your ticket and send you off, boy, darling boy, off to Africa you go, like as is tradition in the aristocracy, the upper classes, the toffs, off you go to Africa if you've disgraced yourself at home. And other colonies, of course, were recipients of these people too. But we certainly were here in South Africa, and obviously in the rest of Africa. So Charles might intervene and say, you need a big change. How many months in rehab, and then off to Africa you go. Very interesting. How about the marriage? What's going on there? King of Swords in reverse. It's over. That's lawyers. That's divorce. That's conflict around how it's going to go. This is, of course, my opinion. But the King of Swords is lawyers, very much. And in reverse, arguments, failing to reach a settlement. A lot of conflict there. A lot of... the King of Swords is somebody who can be quite ruthless and vicious when he's in the reverse, or unwise, indecisive, all of those things. So he's got his work cut out there. That's not loving energy, comfortable energy. That's not long-lasting partnership there, not at all. That's over, but the undoing of it is going to be very messy and difficult. And maybe wrong choices made in the way that it is undone. Change in his life. Well, we've already seen change just about in every card, except that Empress card. How fascinating. And I'm drawn back to it to just throw this little thought into the mix. If it is some kind of interview with an Oprah type of character, it might be a bit of a confession about, look at that bump that the Empress is sporting. And I've read on this. You can go back in the Royals playlists and look and see. I don't have to hand the number of the readings in particular, but I have read on speculation that Harry might do a tell-all, a sort of mea culpa, a confession. It's in that energy. It might be very lucrative for him if he does, interestingly. Change, transformation, that kind of stuff. The Chariot in reverse. Yeah, you see, it's because his ambitions are all being thwarted. The Chariot is about ambition and drive and purpose and forward motion. It's in reverse. It's that car crash energy that I used to see a long time ago when I started this channel. That energy came out endlessly with Harry and Meghan, the Chariot in reverse. The car crash, taken the wrong turning, down the hill, wheels spinning roly-poly down the hill, smoke coming out the engine, Harry and Meghan crawling out the broken windows of the car, and that's it. It hasn't gone the way he thought it was going to do. He was over-ambitious. He wanted to outdo everyone else, particularly his brother, who is the Chariot, the Cancerian. So his burning ambition to cast William into the shade has been his undoing. And he is going to have to face that because of the Ten of Wands sitting down there in the third house. Court case, litigation. How's that going to go? The Seven of Wands in reverse, not well. Defending the indefensible. When the Seven of Wands is in reverse, you can't. You've got it all wrong. You really don't have a leg to stand on. You're vulnerable. You're weak. You roll over at the slightest puff of wind knocks you over. Seven of Wands, he's going to struggle. All these cases that he's brought, he's really going to be struggling. He's had some win, some lose, some kind of energy in recent months, but I think this is the big collapse of all of this stuff. How about his career, such as it is? Chimpo, Invictus Games, all of that. Well, child, what's going on here? Hierophant in reverse. Well, that's the royal family. It's also companies and hierarchy and status and all that kind of stuff. So it's in reverse. He's thrown out. He's no longer part of any of those establishments from the royal family down. My goodness, what a bad year this is. I'm trying to just keep the momentum going so I can get through this reading before I fall over, because I'm an empath and I feel the energy. It's terrible energy. You can't make this up, really. Hierophant is the royal family, so he's out of the royal family. We see that with the Hermit there in the first house, but he's also out of things like Netflix, Penguin Random House, Better Up. Gone, finished, nobody wants to know. He might even be chucked out of the Invictus Games, because it is about status quo and status hierarchy, all those kinds of things, organizations and rules and institutions. He's out. He's viewed as unreliable, as a rule breaker, a rebel, dangerous, volatile energy who hasn't been wise, hasn't learned his lessons, hasn't played the game properly, hasn't played by the rules. It's terrible energy. How about his dreams, his friends, his personal aspirations? Three of Cups, yeah. He's going to be doing a lot of hanging out with friends, licking his wounds. There must be a few that still will have something to do with him, because the royal family certainly doesn't want to, his wife certainly doesn't want to, his children aren't able to for some reason, his brother doesn't want to have anything to do with him, the public doesn't want to have anything to do with him, but there are seemingly some friends still. It might be Eugenie, let's try and say her name correctly, cousins, party people he's involved with at some level. There's partying going on. It could be quite inebriated partying, intoxicated partying, until old death comes along and said, you need to change your ways, darling boy. So I think lots of partying with the few friends he has left. Three of Cups. How about that hidden energy, the shadow stuff, the rage and resentment, the mental health problems that we all speculate that he himself has admitted to having? How about that? What's going to be going on there? in this dreadful reading. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. It's the heavy drinking when it's Nine of Cups in reverse. I think he is going to have to come face to face with the fact that he is an addict. I know nothing about these things. It's not my area of expertise at all. So that's my disclaimer, and I cannot possibly diagnose, and I cannot give a prognosis either. I don't know how successful rehab is for somebody at this stage in his life, turning 40, who started using very early on in his life, very, very early. And so you will know better than I am sure, some of you out there. But that Nine of Cups in reverse is a very troubling card when it comes to substance use, and I'm getting the energy of substance abuse in this reading. Of course, just my personal opinion, how I'm interpreting this energy, which I have to say again. But Nine of Cups is... it's indulgent energy, it's spoilt brat energy, it's all of that sense of entitlement. I'm special, I'm the best, I deserve the best, I deserve the biggest room, the extra sausage, I should have been king. All of that stuff that has led to this Chariot in reverse, the ambition that became so toxic and vicious and vengeful and destructive to himself as well as to everyone else, is going to have to come face to face with that. And it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be easy, and he might over-medicate to deal with it until this change comes along. I keep being drawn back to this card, and it's very important for Harry, because I think this indulgent, lazy, abusive life that he's leading, this poisonous, toxic life that he's leading, is going to have to change. And it might be something quite radical that happens to change it, some sort of intervention or some sort of event that might happen that changes this very dramatically. That is the year ahead, according to the cards, according to my interpretation of the cards. Troubling, tricky. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.